Hello and welcome to the Butler Collegian Newscast. I'm Catalina Gallegos.
And I'm Nicki Clark.
Plum Market opened its doors November 18th and has been receiving mixed reviews from students ever since. The store's goal is to provide healthy options and support small businesses, which tend to be more expensive, especially for the average college student. Students have noticed that prices at Plum Market are higher than other grocery stores in the area, such as Fresh Thyme and Whole Foods, which carry the same products. For example, a bag of 5-ounce Kettle brand potato chips cost $2.69 at Fresh Thyme and $3.99 at Plum Market. Because of the complaints, Plum Market began to lower some of the prices beginning December 1st. Plum Market marketing coordinator says, quote, "We adjust our product mix based on guest feedback, particularly during the first 6 months," end quote. You can see shelves at Plum Market are looking a little empty due to students using their last flex dollars before the semester ends.
Butler's Student Government Association started a new program this semester to give students access to off-campus concerts. SGA provides transportation and free tickets to different concerts around Indianapolis that are either too expensive to bring to campus or not entirely appropriate. The series of concerts wrapped up last night with Lizzo at Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
Lloyd Wright, retired CEO and president of WFYI, will be delivering commencement remarks at Butler University 2019 winter commencement. Wright will also receive an honorary doctorate of humane letters from the school. This year, the winter commencement ceremony will take place the evening of Friday, December 20th, 2019 at 6:30 in Clues Memorial Hall.
A new app called Guide Dog 2.0 will be coming to Butler's campus in the fall of 2020. Guide Dog is an app to help visually impaired students navigate their way around campus. The app will be customized for Butler's campus and for each individual student who uses it by customizing it with their own class schedule. The app will have data on all buildings, classrooms, and walkways on campus. A demo of the app is set to be up and running by February.
The annual holiday show presented by Jordan College of the Arts, Rejoice, will be this Friday and Saturday night in Clues Memorial Hall. The show will include the Butler Chorale, University Chorale, Wind Ensemble, chamber singers, and performances from various guest artists. The holiday show has been a tradition at Butler for decades, but this year the show is a little different. The audience will be able to sing along with the holiday music to help enforce the holiday spirit. This event will count as a BCR, so seniors get your last view before you graduate. Tickets can be purchased online.
Speaking of the holiday season wrapping up the year, let's head on over to global analyst Kat and Bree to hear about the last decade.
Although it may feel as though 2010 was just yesterday, we in fact have reached the end of the decade. 2010 to 2019 has seen many changes. Here's a rundown of the most influential things to happen in the 2010s. It's been the decade of technology, with social media, phones, and even transport, with companies like Uber transforming our lives. Apps now influence and dictate our lives, with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram all being founded in 2010. They span the whole decade and continue to grow today. My pick is Instagram, as it's changed the whole way that we look at photos and sharing. The last 10 years has seen the loss of many great people, including Neil Armstrong, Steve Jobs, and David Bowie. Many viral videos got their big break in this decade. Remember Nyan Cat or Gangnam Style? My pick of viral videos of the 2010s are the challenge videos. From 2012 with the Ice Bucket Challenge to 2018 with bottle flipping, everyone was doing it. Memes were also created, with my personal favourite being Evil Kermit. In entertainment, Game of Thrones comes out on top as the most watched and influential show of the decade. Drake is the most streamed artist, and the highest grossing movie was the recent Avengers Endgame. It's fair to say that a lot has changed, and it's been quite a decade. We will see how history remembers it, but for now, we'll look forward to the 20s. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Kat. Now for a Butler sports update, let's head over to Jake Bedell. Jake, what's going on?
Thanks, Nicki. The women's basketball team improved to a 6-2 record this season with a win over the Akron Zips on Sunday afternoon. An impressive first quarter from Butler offensively gave them the early lead 26-14, with the Bulldogs shooting better than 60% from the field in the opening frame. Kristen Spolier and Genesis Parker led the way with 17 points, with Spolier scoring 9 off of free throws and Parker shooting 5 of 6 from three-point range. Upe Atosu also contributed off the bench, scoring 10 and adding 7 rebounds and 5 assists. On the note of rebounds, Butler won the battle on the glass, outboarding the Zips 40-23. Bundle this with 16 takeaways, and Butler coasted to a 76-55 victory. They take on the 12th-ranked Hoosiers inside Hinkle Wednesday night, followed by a matchup with High Point this coming Sunday. In men's hoops, Butler gained the attention of teams and analysts across the country. After closing out last week with a pair of wins over SEC opponents Ole Miss and Florida, the Dogs remain a perfect 9-0 so far this season. In their first road test of the non-conference play, Butler took to Oxford, Mississippi to take on the Rebels. Simply put, Kamar Baldwin went off. He had an 8-2 run on him alone, kept Butler out front midway through the second half with a 50-34 lead. Ole Miss responded by narrowing the gap to just 4 points, but Butler's defense locked down, and with that, their offense heated up. 19 of Baldwin's team-high 31 points came in the second half. He shot 11 from 16 from the field and hit 5 3-point attempts. Assistance came from Bryce Enzi with 7 rebounds. Sean McDermott had 9 points, and Jordan Tucker had 8. The effort gives Butler their first win in hostile territory, coming out on top 67-58. The wealth was spread a little bit more in front of an audience that sold out Hinkle Fieldhouse on Saturday afternoon as the Gators came to visit. After both Baldwin and Enzi received a pair of early fouls, the dynamic for Butler's offensive attack was sure to change early in the first half. With the defense put up a wall along the arc and forced Florida to shoot only 23%. Aaron Thompson and McDermott helped Butler stay ahead through the first half and went to the locker room with a 35-26 lead. To start the second, Florida made some adjustments and closed the gap, but the Bulldogs retaliated with a 16-6 run, which would keep Butler out front as the Gators would push later on. With Thompson scoring 16 and feeding 7 assists, McDermott notching 16 of his own and 7 boards, and the noise of a packed Hinkle Fieldhouse supporting them, Butler marched on to win 76-62. The 2-1s are ranked Butler 18th in the country, and they have proven that they are a threat to any opponent. Games such as these have certainly proved any doubters of Butler's potential wrong. Taking into account all that we've learned as the Bulldogs have started this season, they prepare for a huge road test against ranked Baylor Tuesday night. Chelsea Groves is here to explain that the secret to this team's success is actually no secret at all, but they are simply well constructed, with depth, leadership, and more. She joins us now in the studio for another edition of the Collegian Basketball Breakdown.
Butler is one of the 8 remaining undefeated teams in the nation at 9-0, 5 wins over Power 5 conference opponents, number 18 in the country. It's no mistake for Laval Jordan's squad, who is projected to finish 8th in the Big East. Now let's take a look at the big picture here. Why have they been so efficient, and what does this success mean at this point in the season? I think it's a complete basketball team full of not only good players, but elite leaders who are not turning the ball over, averaging under 10 a game. That's second in the nation, and Butler has a point guard. His name is Aaron Thompson, and it is evident that he is trusted by every single player on the court. Now, teams are making them work for every basket, and they are finding ways to score. They understand when teams are going on a run. The Stanford game comes to mind for me when I think of runs, when they're able to respond after being down 47-40 late in the second half. Another quality is finishing out halves on a strong note. Not too long ago, McDermott's buzzer beater to end the first half against Florida, and Baldwin's step-back jumper to win the Hall of Fame Classic. Talk about the definition of momentum. And just a reminder, this Butler team received no preseason AP votes. This team is clearly surpassing expectations. They came in with a bunch of questions about how good they were going to be. The next question is how good this team can be. We already know that this team is better than last year. Catalina and Nicki, back to you.
For this semester's last edition of the Butler Collegian Newscast, we'd like to take the time to invite all of our cast and crew onto the set.
That's all for this week's Butler Collegian Newscast. To stay up to date on all things news on Butler's campus, visit us at thebutlercollegian.com or on Twitter at Butler Collegian. I'm Nikki Clark.
I'm Catalina Gallegos.
And I'm Jake Bedell.
Have a great week, dogs.